Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order and acknowledge that we're in Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, Innu Cree, and Dakota peoples, and the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shore Lake 40 First Nation and Treaty 3 territory. My name is Neil Harden. I'm chairing today's panel. With me are Jerry Arnell and Diane Knight. The assessor today is Marina Tenawara, and the recording secretary is Crystal Harland. We will be hearing applications for revision of the business assessment role in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act and with the City of Winnipeg Charter. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application and will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that are made at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the board. The board is appointed annually by council and is independent of it in the city administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value, or to the Court of King's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information how to do so will be included with the board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the points of appeal with your property to be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions the applicant may have, and the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the board will deliberate in private and make its decisions. You'll receive the board's decision by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. We'll be hearing items 1 through 5 on our docket today. Mrs. Harlan, please affirm the applicant's and assessor's testimony.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Madam Assessor, would you please stand? Thank you. Would you please state your full name? Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Please be seated. Mr. Applicant, would you please state your full name?
Gary O'Primer.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. The first property on today's agenda is 775 Panet Road. So, Ms. Tenawara, you can begin your presentation on this.
Property address 775 Planet Road. Business assessment ID 1922. Business name Lowe's. Owned by Rona Inc. ARV calculated using, there are two premises. One premises, main floor premise we use $11.56. Mezzanine floor we use $5.97. Our total ARV calculated to be 1,801,620,000. I know Mr. Rima is asking confirmation for the confirmation for this one, because those are the exact same numbers we use for realty assessment. I'm asking to confirm the value as it is. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, any questions, Mr. Reimer?
Not at this time, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Arnell,
No questions, thanks.
Ms. Knight.
No, thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Reimer, your turn now.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. So I'm actually just going to give a bit of context for this. Applies to all four of the matters to be heard this morning that I have conduct of. So in each case, I did have the opportunity to complete the review and conduct the appeal for the realty assessments for the four relating to the four premises earlier this year and last year. In all cases, Mr. Chairman, from our perspective, we're asking the board to order the same net rent that was applied with the realty assessment settlement. But here's the difficulty. And the board members will be well aware of this. There are different ways to get to the same value. Ms. Tinawara is going to present values this morning that I have. There's no doubt that that's the assumptions that the department made in the settlement of the realty assessments for all four properties. Our assumptions in two cases were not exactly the same. And it's in that context that I'm making the submissions that I am this morning. And in the case of 775 Panet, the assumptions of the department and the assumptions that we made in arriving at the reduced realty assessment as to market rent are in fact the same. So we're seeking a 54-1 for the subject premise. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions, Ms. Tinamura?
No, I don't have any question. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Knight,
No, sir.
Mr. Arnell.
No, none, thanks.
All right, we'll move to 1725 Ellis then. Okay, Ms. Tinawara, your presentation, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Property address 1725 Ellis Avenue, business assessment ID 4097. Business name Real Canadian Wholesale Club. So this case, I'm making a recommendation today because my further review, we found we use the reduced rent for calculate the realty assessment, which is lower than the base ARV per square feet today. We use $9.26 to calculate the final value for realty. If I use the exact rental rate, net rent as a $9.26 times 60,702 square feet, my total ARV will be 726,000. So I'm asking to board to reduce ARV to 726,000 for this case, using exact net rent we use for realty assessment. Thank you, Mr. Chair. That's my presentation.
Okay, Mr. Reimer, how do you feel about that new value?
In the context of that I provided earlier, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to suggest to you that I agree with Ms. Tinawara's recommendation in this case. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Any questions, Mr. Arnell?
No questions, thanks.
Ms. Knight?
No, sir.
Okay. So then we will move just up the street to 1750 Ellis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Property address 1750 Ellis Avenue, business ID 40297, business name Dufferin. This property, we use $10.53 as a net rent to calculate for total ARV. For this property, we use the exact same rental rates for calculate the realty value. So I'm not recommending any other number for this property. But when I further review Mr. Reimer using $10.27 as a net rent, we are very close, close by some cents. So I'm asking to confirm the ARV as it is. That means 783,480. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, questions, Mr. Reimer?
No questions. Thank you.
Okay, questions, Mr. Arnell?
No questions, thanks.
Ms. Knight?
No, sir.
Okay, so your presentation then, Mr. Reimer.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. So if we could turn briefly to page 2, please. So Ms. Tenuera has framed this exactly right. This is the case I mentioned where our assumptions when we completed the review and appeal of the 2025 realty assessment, our assumptions in arriving at the reduced value as to market rent are just slightly, slightly different in this case. So the request is to reduce the business assessment from 783,480 to 768,000. If we could go, and I'll just cut to the chase here, if we could go briefly to page 5, please. So in this case, as I mentioned, the 25 realty was appealed. The assessment was reduced to 8,187,000, and that, in our assumptions, and I stress this, these were our assumptions in arriving at that agreed value, and I'm not imputing this to the department, but our assumptions were founded on a net market rent in the valuation of 616,640. So I am requesting that the board reduce the net market rent to that same figure, 616,740, adding in then on page 6 the occupancy costs. That does come in at a slightly lower ARV of 768,000, and that's our request. Thank you.
Okay, questions, Ms. Tenuera?
I don't have any question. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Ms. Knight.
Just on page 5, you've got 616,640, but on page 6, you've got 16,740.
I do. Thank you, Ms. Knight. I'm going to go with the 616,740.
Okay, just making sure. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
Okay, Mr. Arnell.
No questions, thanks.
Okay, so I have no questions. We'll go to 1333 Sergeants. Okay, so Ms. Tenuera on Sergeant.
One second, Mr. Chair. Property address 1333 Sergeant Avenue, business assessment ID 26134, business name Lowe's. There are 2 premises for this property. We have main floor and mezzanine floor. We use $13.54 for the main floor net rent, $6.96 for the mezzanine floor net rent. Our total annual rental value calculated 1,438,740. Mr. Reimer is asking confirmation for this assessment, this ARV, because this is the exact same recommendation we made for the use for the realty assessment. I'm asking to confirm the ARV as it is. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Questions, Mr. Reimer?
No questions.
Okay, Ms. Knight,
No questions. Thank you.
Mr. Arnell.
No questions, thanks.
Okay, Mr. Reimer, your presentation then.
I'm simply seeking confirmation under 54(1) of the Act, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, so then we'll move on to our 5th item.
But that's, yeah.
1001 Empress.
Mr. Chairman, with your permission, I'm going to log off right now.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, and we note that no applicant was present for the hearing. So Ms. Tenuera on 1001 Empress.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Property address 1001 Empress. Business assessment ID 29023. Business name Walmart Canada Inc. This property we use $11 net rent to calculate the final ARV. This is the exact same number we use for realty assessment net rent. I'm asking to confirm the final ARV as 1,600,000 $679,280. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right. Any questions, Mr. Nell?
No questions, thanks.
Ms. Knight?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we've heard all properties on today's agenda, so this hearing is now adjourned. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for everyone.
Thank you.
I'll go take us offline, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you.